Hi guys, remember the experiment with the ice we did yesterday? Guess what? Yesterday we started reading this book that David got, the little kid's first big book of science. And guess what we learned? We learned how science works. And it was exactly what we needed to repeat our experiment. And today, hopefully, we'll find the answers. We should have kept a science journal and we should have followed the instructions to a T, but today we're going to retest mine and David's hypothesis. My hypothesis was that the ice cube covered with salt will melt first, and David's hypothesis was that the plain ice cube with nothing on it will melt first. So today we're going to repeat the experiment, but follow the instructions and see if we get a different result. And guess what? If your hypothesis gets rejected, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. It just means that you learned some very useful information. And this is how the scientists do it. So let's get going. So today we're gonna do it the right way. Look, this plate is gonna be for the ice cube with nothing on it. This one says what?
Let's do the sugar first.
That's right. So each one gets a separate plate with a note, so we don't mix it up for sure.
I'll get, because it's popped out already. Sugar.
Okay. Well, let's put them all on the plate so we have timing exactly the same.
Yeah.
Because it's really nice and warm outside today. Yeah. The sun is up. It's morning. It's beautiful. So let me help out. Yeah, it's popped out. Just pick it out. No? And flip the other.
Forgot.
Yeah, well, that will make them more stable, I think. So now pour lots of sugar on this one.
Lots of sugar.
Yeah, lots.
It's not a lot.
Lots. We want to make sure the experiment really works. Perfect. I think that's good.
Let's just put one more.
One more? Okay. Go for it.
I'm gonna taste one. I like sugar.
Now, next is salt. There you go.
I'll put a salt.
Well, come over here, closer to the...
Lots of salt.
Yeah, but hold on, not like that. See where the spout is? Yep. Lots of salt. Yeah, cover it all up in salt. So it's all covered up in salt. There you go. I think that's good. And now, here's our plane. So, what do you think? Is it better setup? Better setup for the experiment? I think so. Okay, so what is our question for these ice cubes?
I think this one's running out.
Well, hold on. We're not formulating our hypothesis. We're asking a question. What is our question for today? Which ice cube is going to melt first?
This one.
So, okay, my theory is that the one with salt will melt first.
My theory is that that's gonna melt first.
The one with nothing on it? Okay, so my hypothesis is salt. Your hypothesis is plain.
Plain.
Okay, nobody bets on sugar. I guess, when do you think that's gonna melt? Or is it gonna melt at all? Here, let me show you something. Oh no, you tell me. What do you see? Look. Oh, the plain one is a plain one, right? It's sitting there.
Well, that one's melting first.
Why do you think so? And look at the sugar one. You're right, but why do you think so? Don't touch. That's going to mess up the experiment because you're warm. You can make it melt faster if you touch it. What do you see around?
Well, that one's melting and that one's not, and those are two melting.
But David, look at the sugar around this ice cube. Look at the pile of sugar. What do you see?
Wait a minute. It's going through.
Yeah, do you see it's getting wet?
Yeah.
Do you see any sugar that's dry?
Yeah.
That's dry, right? You can see where it's wet and where it's dry. You see this nice border? You see the water is dripping and it's soaking up the sugar. What about salt? Is there any dry salt left?
No.
Almost none, right?
Yeah.
But because this ice cube is making more water, so it's already soaking,
Yeah.
it's making all the salt wet.
Yeah.
So what can we conclude from that? That this ice cube is making more water than this one. And this one, look how much water is around it. Barely any, right? So we can conclude that this is probably melting faster at this point, but we gotta keep watching. Okay, let's recheck, okay? Here's our plain one.
Yeah.
It made a little more water, right?
Yeah.
What do you think about the salt one?
I think about it, it's like dry.
Dry where?
No. Oh, I did inside now. Ooh, we
Let's
got
see.
sugar inside.
Wow, this one is really...
Cool.
Wow, it's melting. Look how much water is in there.
Yeah. So much water.
That's our salt. Let's look at the plain.
That's plain.
It's melting too, right?
Yeah.
And then sugar. Oh, it's melting too.
It's melting really cool.
Oh, what do you see?
Oh, ice bolts. See those things, white things coming out?
Oh, that's sugar. But it's almost all wet.
Yeah.
See, there's a little rim of dry sugar left. But what's happening here? Yeah, what is ice made from? You don't know what ice is made from?
No.
Well, what is it making? What's on the plate?
Oh, water.
Yeah, so ice is...
Water.
It's frozen water, yeah. And now it's melting and it's turning into liquid water.
Yeah.
So look. This one is melting pretty fast, but look at the size. It's still pretty big, right? This one, look, it's caving in with the salt.
Yeah, and it's half apart.
Yeah, look, it's all getting jaggedy edges. Okay, let's look at our sugar cube. How does it look?
Good.
Looks like it's melting, right?
Yeah.
But by size, it looks still pretty big.
Yeah.
Look at the salt one again. Looks smaller. This one I think is the biggest so far. What do you think?
It's turning big right now.
So when you stand back, you can see it better?
No, it's like turning bigger. And if you stand closer, it's a littler.
Okay, so what do you think is going to happen?
It's gonna all gonna dissolve and turn into water.
Yeah, all of them will eventually.
Yeah.
But which question did we ask?
Okay.
Do you remember the question that we asked?
Yeah.
Which one?
That one.
No, what question did we ask?
Oh, the ice cube is gonna melt first.
Which one? Yeah. Because we supposedly don't know. Even though the book tells us we do, we really don't know. Because yesterday, our experiment didn't turn out. Yesterday it was that one.
But I think it's this one today because it's coming apart.
Wait a minute. Are you changing your hypothesis in the middle of the experiment? No, you can't do that.
Yes, I can.
Can you?
Yes, that's gonna be in the rules.
I don't know if it's against the rules of a scientific
You
experiment.
can do that if you want.
You know what? We're gonna have to read our book and see if you can.
No, you can't.
I think once the experiment is going, you can't change it.
Yeah.
You gotta go through and then you can formulate a new one.
Let's see if I think that one's gonna melt.
Yeah, that's what you thought. Yeah.
And what are you gonna pick?
I already said that I think my hypothesis is that the one with salt will melt first.
You have to choose a different one. Too.
No, the sugar is gonna be second. and the plain one is gonna be last. And look at it. It's falling apart right in front of us.
I'm gonna do that purple one next time.
Okay, we can do a new experiment, but look at that. Sugar is not as fast as salt. What do you think?
I only put salt on this one next time, so it's cracks. How about we put that onto that, and we put this onto that?
Well, we have salt and sugar. Those are variables. Because look, all the ice cubes are the same, right? Yeah. You saw them come from the same tray.
Yeah.
Came from the same water. So they're the same. This one has sugar, this one has salt. Those are called variables because we can change that, right? You can't start messing with the variables as the experiment is in progress. For example, you can't start putting salt on sugar or putting salt on plain one or putting sugar on salt because that will dilute the experiment and it will make it invalid.
Okay, let's leave it like that. I don't want to put it on.
Yeah, we don't want to make it invalid. So let's recheck a little bit. But look at that. It's turning into like pieces of ice.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, wow, that's so cool. Okay, we'll recheck in 5 minutes and see what happens. See, this girl did an experiment like we did, only with lemonade.
She looks upside down.
Oh, because you're upside down. Do you want to come over? See, and she made a science journal to document her experiment. So she made lemonade with lemon juice and water only. And she says, yuck.
Yuck. Ew, yuck.
Yeah, lemonade with lemon juice only.
Ew, yuck.
And
Yuck.
then her big question was, how can I make my lemonade sweeter?
By sugar.
Yeah, you think? By sugar. She thought so, too. So she took 2 glasses and she put sugar into one and she left the other one with no sugar. And then she tasted each. And what happened? What do you think? What happened?
It tasted good.
Which one? Which glass?
The other glass.
The one with sugar or the one without sugar?
The one with sugar.
Let's see. What happened? The lemonade with sugar was sweeter than the lemonade with no sugar. So guess what? What I learned. Sugar makes lemonade sweeter.
Yeah.
Oh, but she's not gonna stop there. Oh no, she's not gonna stop there.
To sweeter?
She has the next question. Next question is, what would happen if I added 2 teaspoons of sugar? What do you think would happen?
It would taste salty.
Well, that's why you do an experiment, because some people can say it will taste salty. You won't know until you try. So she's gonna do another experiment. You can put 2 spoons of sugar and taste it and see if it's salty.
I think it is gonna be salty.
It's
gonna be sugar.
That's a very novel idea. Sugar makes stuff taste salty? Okay. You know, that's a revolutionary idea. I think we might try that someday. But let's go check our ice cubes.
Yeah.
What happened? Look at that. Am I seeing what I'm seeing?
Yeah.
It's almost gone.
I wanna bust it.
Wait, look. Where is it?
It's melted.
Almost all of it melted, right?
Yeah.
And that's our salt, just to make sure we have labels. Where's the plane? Oops. Oh, the sun is coming out. There's our plane. Still pretty big, right?
Can I eat those ice cubes?
Well,
Can I eat the plain one only?
but wait, we have to wait until they completely melt. And this is sugar. It's not doing so
When
well.
it completely melts, can I eat that one?
The plain one?
Yeah, I'll drink it because it's gonna be water.
Yes, it is. But look at that. Okay, Salt is winning so far.
Wait, eat that.
The plain one?
Yeah.
Not yet. We're still doing the experiment.
Okay.
So what do you think?
The green one melted.
The one with salt?
Yeah.
Almost completely melted. Okay, what about the sugar one?
Didn't melt.
Not yet. It melted a little bit though. Look, there's water around it. Right?
And this has water.
The plain one, it melted, but it's still pretty big in size. Okay. See, we're doing the experiment under better conditions. And it's coming out.
Drink this water.
Not yet.
Why?
Because its experiment is still running. Oh no, you know what? Do you notice something? I just noticed it. Look, the sun is coming up, right? What do you see? This one is in the sun, right?
Yeah, it's warming up faster.
You're right, you're correct. But still, even with the sun on it, it's melting the slowest. Okay, and look. Yeah, even with that, that's a variable. This one has the sun on it and these don't.
Yeah.
But even with that, the salt one is melting faster. Okay, let's come back and see later.